Boulevard, PureRomaduro.com for the authority on cigar pairings, LeafandBarrel.com for the first and only line of cigar fashion. Okay, stop it. Here's what I want you to do. Acknowledge this. Right now, state, local, and federal governments are passing out hypodermic needles. They're passing them out to people who, of course, are addicted to heroin. The reason why they're passing out the needles is they want to stop the proliferation of AIDS and other diseases that one can come across by sharing needles. It makes sense, right? You're not going to stop them overnight from doing the drug, so it doesn't mean that they have to die, right? It doesn't mean that they have to die. Well, shouldn't we apply the same logic to prostitution? And here's what I mean by that. Right now, human trafficking is at an all-time high. Women are being forced into subjugation, torture, and rape. I mean, it is really a bad situation across the board. What I mean by bad across the board is this. There are sexual diseases right now that doctors don't have a way to classify them. They don't know what they are. We really got to get a hold on these things. Look at prostitution. You know, right now, you'll have some horrible human being, a pimp, right? He's just the bottom of the barrel. I mean, this guy's reaching up to touch the bottom in terms of morality and how he feels about women. He gets them on drugs, puts them out on the street, keeps them on the drugs. The Johns come by. Some of these women get tortured and killed. In fact, if you're a serial killer, if you're the lowest of the low, if you are human scum, the person you go after the most is the prostitute. Why? She's always an outcast. She always lives in the shadows. I mean, and because she's everywhere and nowhere, nobody cares about when she's not here, okay? And it's a horrible thing, but it is what it is. So think about it. If prostitution was legalized, no longer do you have unwilling participants being put on drugs. The guy who's the trick or the John, well, now he comes out of the shadows. Let's say you get rid of this whole serial killer thing, or you at least take her out of being the first option for the serial killer. You also clean up the situation. You know, this woman has to get checked out. She has to get a clean bill of health, and it has to be presented to that particular John. The pimp, he's completely out of the situation. The physical abuse, it's gone. It's no longer an alleyway. This is a workplace now. This woman has to get checked out. Taxes have to be paid. There's a code. There's government regulations. You can use a credit card. Every woman is safe now. It's all on camera. There's no more need for human trafficking, which won't die out overnight. But all in all, it is a solution. Not to mention, the tax revenue. So to me, it's a no-brainer. We should legalize prostitution. It's already been done. But what's stopping us? Well, a few people have an issue in terms of the morality. But if you're going to take to the streets for the legalization of prostitution, relative to your morality, then acknowledge this. If I was a John or a trick or a guy who wanted to pay for sex, all I would have to do is get a camera, some lighting, bring a female into the scene, engage in some act of sex, make sure I record it, make sure it was taped, then pay that woman. Now it's legal. Now it's perfectly legal. There was no test to make sure that she didn't have an STD. There was no tax revenue shared. I'm pretty sure she's not going to go send the IRS a check. So right now, it's perfectly legal to make this immoral, illegal act legal, with society not really getting the benefit. And I think that can be changed with the legalization of prostitution. And guess what? For all you people who believe that this is denigrating women, well, guess what? I think women should be able to pay for it too. I think they should be able to pay for it too. Because one thing I know is this, I don't think you're going to end prostitution anytime soon. It's called the oldest profession for a reason. Today I'm wearing the Lady Killer, right? No pun intended with the content of the pre-existing rant. But this is the Lady Killer, one of my favorite cigar shirts, one of the top sellers. Again, go to LeafandBarrel.com, cigar fashion, accessories, also the Cigar Fashion blog. And don't forget, PureRomaduro.com for the authority on cigar pairings and cigar rants. Billy Boulevard, over and out.